frosty and cold today. It's not too cold, but it is colder than it has been. So this morning I've got a few things to do. You can hear the dog going crazy. Today I need to be getting on Ellie a bit later on when it's a bit warmer. It's still a little bit early. So I'm going to quickly go over and feed everybody and get everyone ready for the day. Hopefully we will be able to have a good day today because the sun's out. So we should be able to dry things up. It should be good. Rightio. So I'm going to come out and feed Henry and Fire. Mostly Henry. Fire doesn't really need anything. She's really quite good. A good place. So okay. So he'll have his breakfast while I the chickens and goats out. Morning, boys. Here we go. comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here we go. There's David Bowie, Billy Joel, Deet. Hi Deet, how you going? Hope you're having a lovely day today. I'm going to go across and feed the big ponies over the other side. Get past all my chooks. And there, chook chook, come on. Oh, they're having a bit of a tussle there, the boys. Okay, now I've got to watch out that my dog doesn't go crazy and try and eat the chickens. He's getting a bit of, I think he's getting a bit of dementia in his old doggy age. Come on, bud. Sudi, come on. Good boy. And if you're wondering, he's wearing a cone on his head because he's had a really big, oh, good morning. Are you going to have a good day? Huh? Are you? Oh, say I can. Oh, you're scary. So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Yeah, go, go, go. Let's go. It's been a bit silly. Ooh, what you doing? Trying to get to the ponies. Okay. I'm going to just pop everyone here for a minute. I've got to go down and pick up my... oops, I've got to go and pick up my horse food. And I'll come back in just a minute. It is. Hey, Greenwood, how you been? Haven't seen you for a while. How's things going? Yeah, Sudi had to have a... he had some tumours cut off his face. One was on his eyelid, but it was growing underneath and it was causing problems on his actual eye. So, he's pushing right into me right now. Good boy. It's okay. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Yeah, so he just had to have that done, but... Hi. I can't say how... I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. I'm good, thank you. It's nice and sunny today, so I'm hoping for a less rainy week this week. Yeah, he's okay. He did good. We think we've got everything. He's growing. Some of it is growing back a little bit, but where it's growing back, it's not so bad. But it has erupted again. But he's getting his hair back, and he's probably another week of this, and then he'll be able to be free. It's been a week now. And he looks good. Just got a bit of a stitch in his eye still that we've got to stop him from breaking open. So probably another week and then we can take that off and he'll feel a lot better. Right, I'm going to go grab dinner for the horses. Breakfast, I should say. Get breakfast and hopefully they'll behave themselves while I'm going and getting it and not attack each other. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm going to go and give them their hay, and then we're going to put Ellie in a round yard, and then we can have a watch while she eats her brekkie. Back up, back, everybody. Back. Uh-oh, what's that? Now I'm going to come back over, because this girl over here, these two girls are fighting. So these two girls are both in season right now, and they are very aggressive with one another. So I've got to be careful when I go in there, because I might just get chased and run over. What is the breed of horse? Well, I have a miniature, the little red one. The dark coloured horse at the back, she's an Appaloosa crossed with stop! She's an Appaloosa crossed with a gypsy cob. And this girl in front is an Arabian. Hey! An Arabian crossed with a Welsh mountain pony, this buckskin. Okay, now I'm going to go, and I'm going to have to be very careful because everyone's getting super excited. Back! Go back! Do what you normally do and go back. Don't come over. Back. Back up. Back. There we go. Good. Back. Let's go. Okay. Now that part's done. All right, Ellie. Go. Ellie, settle. Go home. Just going to send the dog out so he doesn't get cut up. I'll be back in a moment. A lot of coordinating to do. Come on. Go. Go on. Okay, dogs are where they need to be. Now I'm going to ask her to be nice and quiet when she goes out today and slow down. She's very super revved up, and we don't want to get kicked or anything like that. So she can just walk around for a second. Back, back, back. Back around slowly. I'm going to let her out slowly. Good girl. Good listening. She says, I'll go slow. Slowly. Good girl. G'day Iris, how you doing? So you don't want to get too close to her when she's in an excitable mood, because she could just stand there and then suddenly explode into happiness, and when she plays rough. So we're going to, hopefully she'll just go around nice and easy. She's going to get some feed on the way through. There she go. I just keep my distance to a safe space. Up. Come on, Elle. And she'll go in and find her breakfast. Here she goes. She says, yeah, I know where I'm going. There we are. Good girl. Good job. Nice, excellent work at walking around today, not being silly. Now, I can let the other dog out now. And she's going to have her tea. That'll be nice. So because the mares are very, they can be quite aggressive with each other, so I've got to just take that little bit extra care and make sure that I don't let anybody get injured while we're doing this, including myself and the dog. So that's still looking pretty good. And she listened beautifully this morning. I'm surprised. I thought she was going to maybe give me a bit of grief when she was moving herself around, but she didn't, so I'm pleased with that. And I'm hoping that she doesn't you know, so she doesn't do any silliness during today when I do her ride later on. But still, we just had rain again yesterday, so the ground's going to be a bit damp again, so I'm going to be a bit limited with what I can do again today. But I'll still get up and do something with her. You're from Dagestan. Dagestan. Where is that? Is that near Greece or somewhere like that? Middle East? Dagestan. Greek? I can't tell. I would think the writing is possibly Greek, but I have no idea. So Ellie's going to be just... She hasn't been ridden for 2 days. Or is it 3 days? It might be 3 days. I can't remember. So we'll get back on her today and see how we go. Hello, Miss Ellie. She says, I'm going to spin around. She likes spinning around when she's having her breakfast. Does a lot of spinning. It's cold. I got my gloves on today. It's cold. And I've actually got, when I'm breathing, there's actually fog coming out of me, so it is pretty cold this morning. I'm assuming it's about maybe 1 or 2 degrees right now, Celsius. It is cold. But that sun's lovely. That'll keep us warm. So what's everyone been up to today? Anything exciting? Anyone done anything exciting today? Anything at all, really? I like to hear what other people do, because I don't go out much. I don't get out much, so it's good. It's interesting to hear what other people do. Hobbies, things like that. A lot of people have some really good hobbies, that even stuff I've never even thought of. And it's interesting to sort of look into it all. And guys, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. It just helps the channel. Eventually, we'd like to get to a point where maybe we can get monetized through the ad revenue and get a little bit of help with the feeding of the horses and things like that, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, but that's the way you can help without having to actually help money-wise. Just putting a like up helps. And it's very much appreciated. And if you don't know how to like, you tap your screen twice and they should do the thumbs up. If you're on a computer, I think you've got to find the actual like button, which I don't know how you do that. But yeah. But thank you to the 8 people who've hit the like button. I appreciate it. I'm going to take you over now. We're going to go and watch Zara and Toki for a bit. And hopefully we will get a good reception when we go over there. We won't run out of internet while we're on our way. So let's go. Beautiful sunshine. I can see the grass is starting to really grow. It's really becoming spring very quickly. It's almost September. There we go. Hey Ariana, how you doing? How's things going? Hope you're going good. Thank you for your nice comments that you put on the shorts today. Thank you so much. Are you going to go live today with Victor? Oh, you have strep throat. Oh, yeah. I had a sore throat. I actually had one last night again. I've had one for about a week, but it kind of goes once the morning's here. It kind of leaves, which is good. It just seems to be at night time that it's bothering me. It's not nice, is it? Do you drink like lemon tea and stuff like that? Like a warm, like a hot. I know Americans like to drink iced tea, but have you ever drank hot lemon tea, lemon and honey tea? That's a really good way to make it feel a lot better. They're ripping into their breakfast. They're enjoying that. Oh, you did. You drank tea and honey. Did it help? You can get these lemon drop soother lollies too that are quite good. I don't know what they're called. Double D, I think they're called. Double D lemon. I don't know if they have them in the United States, but they have them here. Double D lemon, lemon and honey soother drops. They're actually really good if you don't like drinking hot tea. But a few different things you can have. Aqualuna. Aqualuna. Aqualuna, hi, how you doing? Okay, I'm going to be back in a minute. I've got to go and do some cleaning up, pooping up, picking up the poop. So that's part of the things you've got to do here. So I'm going to go do that while you guys enjoy the ponies. I'll be back shortly. boy. Been a good boy, mate. Hey, grumpy guy, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I've just been off doing the horses. How do you give a I don't know what that even is. Okay. You're not bad today, that's good. Yeah, it's very cold here this morning, but the sun is out, so it's nice. We had rain yesterday. It was really unexpected again. Just turned up and started raining. I was supposed to actually have the horses' feet done, but it got too muddy, so I had to cancel that. But yeah, it's nice to have the sun back out. I'm pretty okay. Yeah, just trying to wake myself up and get warm at this point. I got the gloves on because it's too cold. But doing the chores kind of warms me up. And I've got to get stuck in and mow all the lawns and stuff today and get the tractor out and start doing some slashing. So it doesn't do itself, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of work actually on here. And I'm getting old. Getting older. But I'm the sort of woman, I've always done everything pretty much myself. So I've handled things, you know, for the last 10 years here pretty well. So I'm lucky. I know how to operate a tractor. I know how to mow lawns. I know how to fix things. But there's a lot to do. And this summer I'm going to have a lot to do. I've got a big area I've got to re-fence. That'll be coming up soon, so I can get these bigger horses into a better paddock and stuff. But your body starts going on you, doesn't it? The things that you usually can do, like this year, the things that I was able to do last year compared to this year, I've lost quite a lot of ability with doing things. I had a stroke a couple of years back, and it's hampered me a bit. And then I had a really serious fall off a horse, and that's ruined my knee. So it's a bit harder to do things. Like, I can operate the tractor, but it's hard to do it because I have to push in with my knee in the clutch, and it's getting to the point it's going to be difficult to do. If it gets too much worse, then I'll just have to sell and go. That'll be it. But that's what you've got to do, I guess. Don't be too worried about it. Mostly what it's affected is I did get some paralysis, a slight bit of paralysis on one side of my face, but it's affected my short-term memory quite badly. So I can't remember like faces. I don't remember people's faces very well at all. I'd have to see somebody all the time to know who they really are facially, by facial recognition. And if I don't recognise somebody, I won't recognise somebody unless they're in the environment I'm usually in. Like, so I've got a good friend of mine that lives around the corner, and she and I ride horses together. If I see her in the shopping centre, I won't recognise her. But if I see her at her house, I'll know instantly it's her when I look at her. But it's only because I know that that's where she lives. So things like that have happened, and my hippocampus is like, basically, it's gone into where half of it's missing now. So, but I'm lucky. I kept my long-term memory. That hasn't gone anywhere. I'm lucky that it didn't do any further damage than what it did. So it's where the stroke happened, not where your memory centre is. So I was lucky I didn't end up a lot worse off. So I do have to be very careful. And I just think I've got to not have stress. And sometimes life can be very stressful, but you've got to kind of empty yourself of any stresses and things. But there's physical stress and there's mental stress. So there's two different types, but it's more physically I've just got to slow down. But that then kind of makes it harder to sort of, I've always been an active person. I'm up at the crack of dawn. I do everything. So I'm kind of struggling with the slowing down. Yeah, it does. Naturally it will get worse as we get older. So I'm turning 50 next month, and my memory is probably like a 70 or 80-year-old. Mine's going to degenerate probably a bit quicker than other people's will. I actually thought I had dementia because I couldn't recognise my son. He FaceTimed me. I didn't know who he was. I went into a shopping centre. I didn't know where I was. And I didn't even know I'd had a stroke. I knew something happened because a couple of years ago I did go to the hospital because I got paralysed down one side, but I've had migraines my whole life. So I kind of didn't take any notice of it because the migraines cause paralysis all the time, so I just ignored it. But I did go to the hospital this one time because my whole side went and I couldn't speak, and that was very frightening. Now, the hospital at the time said, "You're just having a bad migraine," and sent me back home. Well, that would have been when I had the stroke, I would assume. And that was like probably would have been 3 years ago now that happened. And then I didn't know, so I'm walking around not knowing, but I'm having all these memory issues and all these problems, thinking I've got dementia. Went to my doctors, burst into tears and said, "Look, something's wrong. My memory is terrible. I've got long-term memory, but the day-to-day things I'm having trouble with. Like I'll put something down, I cannot find it. I'll forget that I've told someone I'm going to go and buy hay or something, and they've organised to do something and I don't turn up, and they're like, 'Where are you? What are you doing?' So I'm kind of like struggling with that. So they sent me to a neurologist, and then I discovered that I had the stroke. I went to a professor, and he said, "You had a stroke, and I've got no reflex reaction on my right side," which is kind of odd, which is why I have trouble now, and I get vertigo now all the time. And that's why when I'm riding the horses, I've got to be so darn careful because it's very risky for me being on a horse, because when I'm on there, my gyroscope that keeps my balance isn't working like other people's does. So when I'm sitting straight up, to be straight up, I have to do quite a bit of work to keep myself in a place where I'm going to sit properly so I don't come off. Pretty hard. You're going to be 58 on September 16th and feel like you're 70. Yeah, I get pain in my back too, yeah. And yeah, I get hip pain. It's horrible, isn't it? I'm guessing that, hey DA, I'm guessing you must have done a lot of physical work. See, I did a lot of physical work when I was younger. And I did a lot of stuff that usually the man of the house does. I did all the man's stuff, like the mowing lawns and lifting heavy things and stuff like that, because I love doing that. I love doing it. But I didn't realise, it's going to end me later on in so much trouble. But I love doing all the stuff. And now I'm lucky because I've got a ride-on mower here. But I do still do the push mowing and stuff, but I can't be out in the sun for too long because I'd nearly pass out. So I feel like I'm like 100. It can be pretty crazy. Hang on a second. Is it your birthday today? Hang on. Where did I didn't see it. Hang on. Oh, on the 16th of September. Oh, you're the same as me. I'm the 25th. 58's not that old though. Yeah, mowing does a lot of physical. People don't realise how physical it is to mow and whippersnipper and stuff. That's why usually the women don't do it, men do it. But, you know, the husband I had was very lucky because I did all that stuff for many, many years. They didn't have to do a darn thing. Did it through my whole life. And I just enjoy mowing. I like doing the lawn. I like doing all those things. People used to say, oh my God. Like I used to have guys say to me, oh my God, my wife doesn't do any of those things. I'm so darn lucky. And I used to be like, I love it. I'm not doing it because sometimes I had to do it because sometimes people weren't available to do it and they might work too many hours or whatever. And it just might have been a lot better for me to do it so they could have a rest when they're working all the time. But I did it mostly because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing anything, gardening, anything like that. Building things. I love building. I built the deck on the house here. I built the horse stable. I had some help. But I always like to make things. But now I'm getting to the stage where it's getting hard to do anything. Yeah, happy early birthday to you too. Yeah, I love it. It's nice being out in nature. See, a lot of ladies, they think that mowing is only for men. It's not. Women can mow. I know a few women who do the mowing. Actually, a lot of the farm ladies, they do most of the mowing because the farmers are out there breaking their backs doing all the farm work and they do all the mowing and stuff. And it's a good help. It helps their husbands, out so that that's one less thing they have to do. Most of the farm ladies are actually like me. They all get out there and do things. They do fencing. They do pretty much anything. They'll get out and work, physically work really hard. They'll work as hard as a man. We can't shift the load as much as a man can, but, we can do things. But now I've got to slow right down. I'm only supposed to lift 5 kilos, but I do carry around 20 kilo and 30 kilo bales of hay and chicken food and stuff like that, just so that I keep myself physically fit. The more that you do, the better. But it does feel like, it feels painful, but what it is it's better to keep moving because the minute you stop, you lock up. And then you're in trouble. Hi, Bergrind. I can't see what it says. Berglind. Gunnarsdottir. Is that Icelandic or Norwegian? Yeah, mowing lawns is fun. I'm going to mow today. I'm going to take out the ride-on though and do around the front edges and stuff. And then I'm going to do the tractor and try and do do some slashing. Get rid of some weeds and things that are starting to pop up. Things are going crazy. Down the back end of the paddock, actually, you can see right down the back end. I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see there's a bunch of weeds in that corner there, all sticking. They got to be dealt with today. I need to get them down. A lot of it is stinging nettles. And stinging nettles aren't a terrible thing to have, but you don't want to let them get too out of control because they'll take over your entire paddock. Yeah, just keep moving. That's it. Sometimes it's very painful. You've probably got the bad knees as well. I've got 4 slip discs in my neck. And my neck gets bad sometimes. Sometimes my head feels really heavy. It's like carrying 20 bowling balls on your shoulder. When that happens, I have to stop and I've got to lie down and let all that inflammation settle down. But that's why I do the horse riding still, even though it's difficult to do. It keeps my body moving and fit by doing it. I'm not even fit. I need to get more fit. I need to start doing some actual trail rides and getting right out there and doing more. But it does help. Most definitely. They've almost finished their brekkie. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep riding until I really can't. I'm very nervous about it though. It's a dangerous sport. Things can change very quickly. I've been doing it my whole life, but it is dangerous. And because my balance isn't great, it's not as good. I can't hold on as well as I used to. But if you be sensible and you do it in the way which allows you to sort of prepare yourself well before you get on, and have the horse in the right frame of mind and have yourself in the right frame of mind and do some stretching and stuff before you get on, then I think it's not a bad thing to keep doing. That's for sure. I can't keep up with the youngsters though. Young people when I was young I was crazy. I'd ride anything, get on anything, get bucked all the time. I couldn't have cared less. I was never scared when I was young. But nowadays, get old. And I did break my back too, like 9 years ago on a horse coming off. That was pretty bad. I was lucky it was the L4, L5 that got hit, so it wasn't up where the spinal cord finishes above it. So it broke in a good spot. It didn't break in a bad spot, but it was still excruciatingly painful having that happen. And I get a lot of back pain because of it. People don't realise that the first 30 years of your life are the best physically that you're going to get. After 30, it starts going downhill, so you've got to keep yourself really in good shape when you're younger in order to stay in good shape when you get older. And if you keep yourself moving and physically constantly doing, walking is really good. Walking is probably the best exercise anybody can do. It's good for all the muscles, it's good for the heart. When it gets summer, I tend to go walking quite a lot. And I'm going to start going out in the bush soon. I'm going to start doing a lot of bush walks and things like that. If I'm not riding, I'll walk. I'll walk out. I'll take the horse and walk out. They don't mind being walked along. Hey Cece, how you doing? First time you got thrown off was when you was about 30. That was it for you. Oh, yeah, it is a scary thing, like coming off. It doesn't make you confident, especially if it's your first. If it's your first time on a horse and you get thrown off, I can understand why you wouldn't want to get back on. That's for sure. Most definitely. So did your father-in-law put you on the horse? Did he tell you to get on that particular one? They're nearly done here. Almost done. Oh, okay. Did he know the horse was a bucker? Oh, you'd ridden it before? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so it had a bit of a flight response, yeah. They do that. They do that, definitely. The best horses in the world, well, they can still freak out and go crazy on you. That's why it's such a dangerous sport. Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky to have them. And the other thing about them is it's not just riding, just anything that I get to do with them is really special because they're such a majestic creature, but they're very individual and they have their own little quirks and things. And some days they just don't want to even know that I exist. They're like, get lost. And then other days they're like welcoming and they're just like people, really. They've got their own minds. They're all very different, but they're a really great thing for anxiety. If you're anxious and worried about things, if you just spend some time out with them, and if you actually, it's been medically and scientifically proven, if you actually touch a horse, it will reduce your blood pressure and your heart rate instantly. It'll go down. They don't know why, but there's just a connection between humans and animals, and horses in particular have a good result with that. Dogs and cats as well. I think it's just it's because they are so connected to nature. We're kind of away from nature a bit, even though we're in it, we're away from it. We've kind of distanced ourselves from the actual natural world. You see that nod she gives him? She says, back off. And he says, I'm going to try and stay here. She might go him again in a second. If he comes any closer, she'll give him, yep, she's getting ready. You better watch out. Yeah, you better move back, buddy. You better move. You're going to get yourself whacked. Oh, I'm bending down right now, and the old knees are having a bit of a puncher. Your sister-in-law still has horses, TJ and Max. Oh, cool. Is she riding? Does she ride? Oh, she probably does. I really admire people who can ride. There's a lady that I know whose work colleague, she was she was still working in her 80s. She owned the business that the other lady worked for. But she was still riding horses in her 80s. Then she had a terrible fall. And about 2 months after she had the fall, she passed away. But she rode her entire life, like the Queen. It's something, if you are a horse-minded person, it's very hard to stop being around them. It's very painful, actually, if you can't be around them. I had about 20 years without them, and it was horrible. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's sad. I lost a couple of people that I knew in the last couple of weeks. So I used to be fairly close to one of them in particular. She's actually buried over with my mate George, who is over in the cemetery. I talk often about George. He died in 2017, and I only knew George for 2 years, but we had a really close connection because of the horses. And he used to come over a lot and, you know, help me out with things. If there was something wrong with the horses, he'd come over and he'd be like, he loved doing it. He had his own horses. He tried to get me to buy his horses, which I didn't. He had a stallion, a beautiful Palomino stallion called Cody, that he wanted me to buy. Thanks, Zara. Good view. She's like, I don't know, I'm going to go or not. She might go to the toilet in a second. Oh no, she's doing her. Okay, so her tail's just moved to the side, so she's sending her pheromones out to whatever stallions may be in the area. There's one over the road and about 500 metres away, but he can't get to her. He did escape once and he got to the next door neighbour's horses. We've got horses next door that are all geldings and one mare. Hi Norma, how you doing? Hi Lana. But yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can take Zara out on a ride in the next couple of weeks. I've got to just plan it. Me and my friend are going to plan it and go. She's got a young horse she wants to move out and get out and about. So Zara being older and having a lot more experience, because this girl's very experienced. She's been all over the place. She can do anything. She's very confident when she's out and about. Really good horse to take out, and she's not a horse that has to have other horses with her. She's a horse that only she likes to actually go on her own. When there are other horses, she wants to be in control. Minnie tells her what to do. Yeah, sometimes he does, and sometimes she just kicks him and whacks him really hard, and then he just gives up. He thinks he's in charge of everybody. But he's only 5 years old, so he's still learning the hard way not to be bossy with the girls. Sometimes he pushes his luck and they give him a very quick, swift consequence. Actually, he's got something stuck there on his face. I'm going to grab that off. Oh, it's hard. Yeah, I'm sore today, my boy. Wow, man. When I move my knees, you can hear it. It sounds like gravel crunching. What are their names? So this one in front is, hey Herman, how you doing? I didn't realise it was you. I should have realised. I can't see properly because the screen's a bit dirty. I've got to clean it. This little red one, the little chestnut, his name is Tokala, and he gets Toki for short. And then the other girl over here is called Zara. But you'll hear me say things like Lily. I've got all these different nicknames for them. She gets called many things. Just depends on what mood I'm in, what mood she's in. But often she gets called Lily. I don't know why, but I just call her Lily. And I sometimes call Ellie. Ellie gets called Elephant when she's being naughty. I'll just say Elephant. And when she's being good, she gets called Fancy. So I change their names depending on what they're doing. Do other people do that? Or is it just me? I think other people must do it. Like have nicknames for their pets besides their actual pet's name. Sometimes I think I'm the only person who does it. I don't hear other people doing it very often. Well, I don't think I've ever heard anyone else calling their pet anything other than its normal name. But I call them all different stuff. I had a cat called Sabrina. She lived until she was 19. And she had about 20 different names over the course of her life. Pretty much one a year that we'd give her. So she had Sabby Sabtab Torini, Muscus, Tabimon. Oi, nasty. She just went for the throat then. So the buckskin, I've had her for 9 years, and Toki I've had for about 4 years. I got him, he's 5 now. I got him when he was about 10 months old. He was a little rescue pony. And then I've got 3 others. I've got Ellie, who is my daughter's horse that we've had for 4 years. Oh no, actually 3.5 years, going on 4 years. Got her when she was 15 months old. And then I've got a 31-year-old ex-trotter called Henry, who's a standard bred. And then I've got a little pony who is 11 hands, who's about 12. Her name's Fire. She's down the back with Henry. So there's 5 horses here. But the main ones that I work with are the 3 that I have up front, which is Ellie, Toki and Zara. Zara and Ellie are my riding horses. Toki is my cart horse, who we're going to start training pretty soon. I'm hoping we train him soon. I'm hoping I train soon. But I'm on the lookout for somebody to help out with training with them, because I'm looking for someone like, I don't know, somebody young that's got a bit of energy, that wants to work with horses but doesn't necessarily have a way to actually work with them. So I do have a young lady down the road who's interested in coming and doing the horses with me, and I'll teach her how to do the break-ins and things like that. And if she does, she did hurt herself. She broke her ankle. So I'm still waiting for that to heal up before I hear back from her. But if she does end up coming, then that'll be good, because it'll help the horses, it'll help me, and it'll help her. We'll all win. So that's the way I like to do things. I like to, if I can find younger people that are into it, or even adults that are into horses that don't have the opportunity to go near one or be around one, then, you know, it's good for them to get around a horse. It's quite expensive in this country to do horses. If you don't have your own property, it's very expensive. Adjustment's expensive, and when you adjust, you have to still buy hay and stuff. It gets pricey. I'll be back in a second. All right, we'll head back over towards Ellie now. Zara's about done. Toki's having a drink. He's got his head almost all the way in there. He sometimes tries to climb inside the bathtubs, believe it or not. And when it's summer, he'll actually get in the bathtub. But the trouble is it's very slippery, and he nearly kills himself getting in there, and then you've got to get him out, which can be quite a dilemma. All right, hopefully that'll pick us back up again. I might have parked myself in the wrong spot. Sometimes that happens. And I get the bad reception happening. So yeah, sorry about that. Here comes the sun again. That's cool. All right. I'll jump in for a second and just... Oh. Having a check of these. This weather is making their hooves go funny. Because it gets hot and then it gets cold and dry and yeah. Just having a check of that hoof, front hoof. Looks alright. And the sun's disappearing again. Yeah, you too. Have a good dinner. Take care. And you're not that old either. I say I'm old too, but we're not that old. We could be a lot older. We just feel old. But it's okay. We can work at things to keep ourselves as young as we possibly can for a bit longer, I think. But enjoy your dinner. I'm actually going to head off and have breakfast shortly. And everybody today, just find someone to be kind to today. It's always something that I try to do every time I'm here all the time, most of it, but whenever I'm not here, I try really hard to find people I can be kind to, or to call somebody and be kind to somebody, being something like that. But if you know someone who's down, then say hi to them and ask them how they're doing, because it makes all the difference to people. It really does. Whenever I work with young people, I always say them, because they'll often complain about school and stuff, and they'll be like, oh, you know, the teacher's grumpy, or the teacher's like, I don't like my teacher's too nasty, or whatever. But I'll say to them, what you got to do, go to school and say a nice thing to that teacher and watch the difference that happens. And then come back and tell me what happens. And Sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. But the ones who've taken my advice and done it have found that once they say something nice to their teacher, like a compliment, like, thank you for teaching me, I appreciate you. The teacher then views them in a better light, and they then get along a lot better, and it makes a less of a struggle in the classroom. And what young people don't understand is that teacher has to put up with a lot, not just kids, but other teachers, parents. There's a lot of things that teachers have to deal with. And often they don't get, it's a thankless job often for them. And a student appreciating them and saying something nice can make all the difference to how the teacher's day goes, and to how that teacher's their feelings about going into the classroom can go from feeling dread to feeling I'm happy to go to work. And then everybody changes, everything changes. The teacher's the one who's in charge of the class, so you want the teacher to be as happy as you can possibly make the teacher, so that the teacher can, and then in turn, do their job in a way that is more effective. But a lot of that, just something so simple as being kind and saying something nice, can make all the difference. So just keep that in mind during the day. Or at work, wherever you're at, work, home, anywhere really. And it's not that you have to do it continuously all the time, but if you make a habit of at least once a week even, finding someone that you can even lend a listening ear to, or give some words of kindness and encouragement, it really does make a difference. Okay, Miss Ellie. And it's around about my breakfast time. I'm going to go and have some breakfast. It's 8:10 in the morning. I'll be back out here in about an hour and a half. If the weather doesn't go crazy. We now have clouds everywhere on that side, so we may have a storm coming. I have to wait and see. But if we do, then we'll just have to deal with it as it comes. But other than that, I'll probably be back out here in the next hour to 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. So hopefully I can get on and do a little bit of work with Ellie, and hope she's in a good mood. I'm assuming she's going to be probably give me a little bit of drama, but nothing too much. So we can definitely give things a try. But have a lovely day. Thank you to everybody who's liked the channel, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, and double tap the screen for a like. Just gets us out into the bigger algorithm and helps the channel out, helps the horses out. Hopefully eventually it'll help the horses out. And have a lovely day wherever you are. And if you're having dinner, enjoy your dinner. And if you're having lunch, enjoy your lunch. And if you're having breakfast like these guys, enjoy that too. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks so much everybody for coming on. And thanks to Grumpy Guy for coming on, and my moderators that I've got on here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks very much. Okay, lovely day to everybody, and spread kindness.